Okay, Hone, if you're okay with it, we'll jump in and do some questions.
Yeah,
Seems
mate.
like ages ago, but you did so well through the 8 week challenge, like really, really, really well. Um, so, first question for your good self. What body changing results were you able to achieve during the challenge?
In terms of like the weight loss,
Yeah, yeah. Can you remember the measures?
yeah. So I think I started at 77, got down to sort of 70, and now still holding that. So I'm actually 69 kgs consistently.
Bravo,
Um,
congrats.
yeah. So that's a good thing in terms of obviously the stomach has shrunk. So and I'm still staying away from all the sort of junk food, even though it wasn't excessive, but clearly, it was it got me to a certain weight and then it was just sort of holding that.
You did well. I mean, weight dropped off a heap, body fat percent dropped down over 5%, and then I think your health age dropped down like 18 years or something, which is a really good change.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, sort of happy with that side of things. It was just a good circuit breaker.
For
Yeah,
someone who's never done an STM fit class or that kind of gym training style before, can you just chat them through, I guess, how the circuit works? And then
yeah.
also, for someone like yourself, where they are dealing with injuries or niggles, how to kind of effectively go about doing swap outs as such.
Yeah. Yep. So functional training, I've sort of done that, years ago. Just had a good mate who was into that. So, sort of familiar with the big body movements, engaging big muscle groups rather than being really specific. So instead of just doing bicep curls, you incorporate a whole lot of things. So, but I know that, you know, um, that's the key, to actually have a functional program that incorporates big muscle groups while keeping the tempo high. So that works a treat, and I guess that was sort of shown um, in the results. Plus, also obviously eating properly, um, and the beauty of with the niggles and all the rest of it, being able to sort of switch out body parts or body movements that aggravate, but while still keeping the tempo really, really
Nice.
high. So
Perfect. No, good to hear. I think some people sometimes with injuries do the exact wrong thing and they go, hey, look, I'm not going to do any exercise. I'm not going to lose any weight. And obviously things get a whole heap worse for them. Whereas
yeah.
it's more so just being kind of smart with that side of things. Now, next question. What's 3 bits of advice you'd give to yourself or someone else to help them get to their health and fitness goals? So I guess if you were right at the start where your fitness, strength, body shape and stuff weren't as fantastic as they are now, what bit of advice would you give to that person? Guaranteed they're listening.
I think it's understanding your why, because that's a big motivating factor. Um, and then I think the beauty again of like an 8 week challenge is you can actually break that down into chunks. So, halfway point is 4 weeks. Oh, yeah, I can manage 4 weeks, but then you can drop it down even in quarters. And it's like, yeah, I can do 2 weeks. And it's just like anything. It's forming that habit. And the hardest thing is starting. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Everything else is sort of inevitable after that point. As long as the routine's there, um, it always helps to have a buddy. Sandra for me was good, even though, when she sort of dropped off a little bit. Again, the biggest thing was the why.
Yeah.
And so that was the motivating factor. Um, so yeah, I guess in terms of advice, it's chunked. It's sort of multidisciplinary in terms of, there's the physical aspect, but then there's the food intake. Um, with those sort of working in unison, then comes clarity around you sleep better, feel better, you start noticing and it just snowballs in a positive way. Yeah,
I still
not sure
remember
if that
being
answers the question.
Yeah, that's really, really well done. It's I still remember taking both of your measures. It was either the midpoint or the end, or maybe both, and you both having good measures, which was just it was so good to see. But yeah, as we've kind of chatted through, eating wise, you had a regular approach that worked for yourself. Exercise wise, you were training pretty much most days of the week.
Yeah.
So yeah, oh no, awesome
Um,
stuff, man. Karpai, that's pretty much everything for, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything.